science. Now, a lot of people have also asked me about the Rich Piana racist voicemail that has been released on YouTube this past week. Lee Priest chimed in, Valentino chimed in, Chris Aceto and I talked about it on Heavy Muscle Radio earlier in the week as well. John Romano will be chiming in as well. We recorded a session with him. But a lot of people asked me, and I have a lot of really good friends that are black, bodybuilders, and they contacted me and said, hey, you didn't have anyone, you didn't have any black bodybuilders on the show to comment on that. And I said, that's interesting. I didn't even think about that. Maybe I'm being racist. No, I said, I really didn't think about that. But I contacted Lee Haney, who's a good friend of mine, and who I respect probably more than any other bodybuilder, black, white, whatever color you want, in the entire industry. He's a family man. He's a man who has integrity and who people respect. And I said, Lee, I'd like to ask you what you think about this. Is this something that we should, as a community, address? Would you want to come on the show? And Lee said, I'd rather give you a statement, Dave, because I don't want to give any kind of, way he, I guess, quoted was wings. He doesn't want to give any life to what that voicemail message conveyed, because he felt that it's just not true to who we are as a community of bodybuilders and who we are as people. So he gave me a quote. He said, I'll give you a quote, and you could read that quote on the air. And I said, okay, that would be great, Lee. So I'm going to read the quote from Lee Haney. Quote, the true worldwide bodybuilding community is one of brotherhood that carries with it a code of honor and unity, and above all, love for our fellow athletes. I will not give wings to anyone or anything that doesn't fly. This type of rhetoric behavior is not part of the worldwide amateur NPC or professional IFBB bodybuilding community. Our goal is to be better and better the world by using our God-given talents and knowledge of fitness. And this is Lee Haney basically saying, look, I'm not going to even quantify, qualify, or address this because it's negative. And you know what? I think that's probably the why. We all had a million opinions on this message. Should we forgive him? Should we not forgive him? Is he racist? Is he not a racist? Only Rich knows in his heart what he is. So who are we to define that? Lee Haney says, don't even address it. Go past it. Don't use this person as a person who you should look up to, because this person obviously is not espousing love and support and, I guess you could say brotherhood and fellowship of our industry. And I respect Lee, like I said, tremendously. I think it's a very wise statement. I think it embraces at least what I believe in the spirituality of bodybuilding. I mean, we're all very passionate about the sport. Yeah, it's great to make money in the sport. It's great to be a marketer of the sport, but you have to also be a person that people could look up to. If you're going to be a role model, if you're going to be a social media, I guess you could say superstar, you have to be a role model first. You have to then understand that these kids that are watching these videos will emulate and do what you do. And I don't know if Rich is comfortable with the way he looks or the way what he says being something that people should look up to. I think Rich has got a lot of talents inside him. I don't know what else is in there. Only Rich knows what's in his heart. But everything that I've seen conveyed to me was a solid person, and then I heard this voicemail message, and it disappointed me a lot, because, like I said, a lot of people sent me, videos and sent me stuff and said things to me, and they said, don't defend him. And I'm not defending him. I am not defending his actions, because the language that came out of his mouth was hateful. It was hurtful. It was certainly derogatory to the African American, and not only just the African American, all black people. And by the way, Johnny, they included you in that too, because you're a dark-skinned Puerto Rican. They told me that you're considered black by your black brothers in this sport. But the bottom line is that we can't condone that type of behavior. I know Rich apologized. I hope that there can be something done to remedy that. I hope we don't hear any more voicemail messages that come out, later down the road that way. But I do believe that Rich is sorry, and that I hope he will, moving forward, make efforts, to maybe give even more opportunities to some of our black athletes out there, in his company, and show that, this was just, a bad choice of judgment, and it was something that he's not proud of, and he's moving past it. But thank you, Lee Haney, for that great comment.